Greetings, y'all. How are we doing? How are we feeling? It is Swerve. If you're new to this channel, I am a bodybuilder, a neurodivergent bodybuilder, neurospicy, if you know what I mean. And it's Saturday, May the 11th, and I'm gonna take you through my day. Today is a check-in day. Excuse me. Quite literally, just roll out of bed. So, first things first, I have to let somebody go potty. I know in my first episode of Road to Pro, I had mentioned that my service animal went to go live with somebody else for a little while, but I'll get into those details and why she's back with me. Not why she's back with me. She's back with me to do a job, but what happened and how she ended up back with me a little bit later. But I'm gonna let her go potty, and then I'm gonna get dressed for check-ins and show you guys how I go through that. And then we'll go through the rest of the day. I've got a few things I need to get done, so stay tuned. I'll see you in a second. All right, we're back, and now that this young lady has went to potty and I could trust her to roam around the house, I'm gonna start getting ready for the day. When I'm gonna check in, the first thing I usually do, on check-in days, the first thing I usually do is weigh myself. As soon as I roll out of the bed, I use the potty myself. I go ahead and weigh myself, and then I take Stella out now that she's back with me. But before I put on any posing suits, any heels, take any pictures, I'm gonna take a shower and put on lotion. Because the one thing I don't like personally is looking crazy in my check-in pictures, because I do use my check-in pictures as content. Now, is this the case every single time I check in? Absolutely not. There are definitely days where I'm either like sick or super tired, didn't sleep well, where my check-ins, I'm ashy, my hair isn't brushed. I probably didn't even brush my teeth yet. So today is a day where I'm feeling pretty good. I got a lot of energy. Stella's got her toy. So I'm gonna take a shower and put some lotion on, get my face together, and we'll get ready to check it in. Check it in. And funny thing is, actually, I'll talk about it when I actually am checking in. So give me a second. Give me a second. All right, I am fresh and clean in my bathrobe, so I don't shrink too much. Okay, I'm gonna go through my morning skincare and update y'all a little bit before we get into check-ins. Like I was saying, I do have Stella back. She is back working as a service animal with me. I know I had mentioned it in episode 1 that basically she wasn't in the mood to work. She was hitting her adolescence phase pretty rough. So she had went to one of my neighbors who was kind enough to take care of her. But as the story unraveled, this was I think in January that she went to go live with the first neighbor. The story unraveled, I found out that the first neighbor really didn't feel confident in taking care of her because he had his own animal. I think I mentioned that as well. So he gave her to a different neighbor. And this young lady, I just found out, was leaving Stella in the house for 8 hours, not including bedtime, and was upset that Stella, a German Shepherd mix, let's remember she's a German Shepherd mix, a very high energy breed, was chewing through her things. Like a rug, I think she chewed through a bed, some other stuff, and then Stella was also not showing respect on the leash with this young lady. I personally think it was a lack of trust and leadership with Stella and that person, because when I seen her out and about the few times that I did, Stella was like 5 to 6 feet in front of this woman and yanking her, and apparently she even pulled her down. So I believe it was sometime mid-March that I seen her outside, and I just wanted to test it out. I just wanted to see what was gonna go on. I called her name and her recall was perfect. So she came over and me and the lady were talking, and essentially she was looking for a shelter to send Stella to. So I was not down for that personally. So I offered to take her back, and she was more than willing to let me take my baby back. And honestly, it was like she never left. She still had her commands, still pretty obedient. We work every day on training. We're bringing her back up. She goes to grocery trips with me. She's been on a site tour at my job. So she's back in full action. There's definitely days where the sassiness still comes out. She is a dog. She is still, I think she's 1 in a month now, maybe 1 in 2 months. So I don't put super high expectations with her, but at the same time, I was really happy to have her back, because personally I've been doing a lot better since having her back. Not only is it she is doing her job as far as like deep pressure therapy and all those other tasks, but it's also a very good stimulus for me, since I do live with ADHD, to have somebody to focus on when I'm outside. I also do have, I work with and live with PTSD, so having some type of stimulus to take my attention off of all of the people that are around me, which is one of my triggers, is so helpful. So I'm really happy to have her back. I know there might have been some questions, so I hope I cleared that up. And yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the baby is back and she ain't going nowhere. Because after I heard about that, I even had some other neighbors telling me some other stuff that really made me sad. But I won't go into detail and I won't judge this person. Stella was getting fed, bare minimum, and she had another animal to play with, so I'm just appreciative she wasn't being necessarily abused or anything like that. It was just more of she wasn't getting the best that she could get as far as like attention and things like that. So now that I'm all lotioned up, we're going to, I think my posing suits are downstairs. Yeah, they are. We're gonna go downstairs, put on the posing suit, put on the posing heels, and I'm gonna talk you through how I set up for check-ins. I do have a full, like, techie little setup for my check-ins, just so that they, one, they look the same, so that when we compare, we're not comparing to like 15 different types of backgrounds and camera angles and things like that. I want it to be as similar as possible so that we can track progress the best we can. And I also use the exact same scale every single check-in, so that there's no variables. Well, the least amount of variables as possible. So, like I said, we're gonna go downstairs and set up. Stella left her toy on the stairs. It's very cute. Appreciate. All right, so I am in my posing suit. This suit is from Toxic Angel. Let me not act like I didn't know that. It's definitely from Toxic Angel. And then I'm gonna put my posing heels on. They are the Olympians, I think the 2.0s from the Shoe Fairy. I honestly did forget the name of this brand. But more importantly, what are the things that I bought to make this check-in look good? There's two things outside of these two, which have been around the block for a very long time. I've had These were actually my posing heels that I wore on stage. These will now be my practice heels, and the next time that I get on stage, I'll just get a brand new pair of these and break them in. I would suggest any competitor to have the exact same type of shoe for practice and posing. If you're a brand new competitor, get something that is affordable because you don't know if you want to stay in this sport. But if you're for sure in this lifestyle for good, I would definitely say invest in a pair of good heels, because when I first started, I bought my heels from Amazon. They were cheap, quick, they came in. And the one thing I'll say about the Amazon shoes is the sizing is a give and take. But the Shoe Fairy, once I put these shoes on, I'm telling you, the cushioning, it was a shocking difference in how comfortable these are. So I personally believe that if you have some good shoes on, since your feet are your foundation, the better your posing is gonna look. It might be a hot take, it might be a strong opinion, but that's just me and what I think. Sorry I'm not in frame, but I definitely have to tie these heels up, and that's just how things have to go. So let me pop you guys up a little bit more. Luckily I have a standing desk for this. Okay, now that the heels are on and I'm several inches taller, let's talk about the things that I've bought to basically the tech stuff to set up for check-ins. First and foremost, we have lighting. This is a very cheap LED light. It came in a pack of 3 from Amazon, and then it comes with these films that'll let you change the color. So basically you put on a piece of plastic and it'll change the color. Pretty awesome. And it does go up in brightness and down, so that's pretty awesome. For me, it is currently set up at the height that I need it. I try not to change the height so that I don't have to do extra in the morning. And then the second thing is, and I'm sure you guys know or can expect, a tripod, because I check in on my phone. I take my check-ins on my phone, and I think this is a little bit different than most competitors. I can't say that I invented this. I definitely heard this from another competitor. But when I check in, I don't do pictures. I do a video. Every single time I do a video, and then from there I'll screenshot my poses, my front, my side, my back poses, so that one, I don't have to worry about having a clicker. I don't have to go back and keep trying the poses. I can just flow in my individual routine, snap, and if I'm really good about it, it's a one-take wonder. Also, this doubles my content, so that not only do I have the stills, but I also have the video. So, and some coaches like to have video. So I have my tripod specifically for check-ins, and then I have another tripod that I do use for my camcorder. Oh, is this a camcorder? I think this is a DSLR. I don't know what you would consider this, but for my camera. But I don't move this tripod from the position that it's in, so that, again, like I was saying a little bit earlier, my check-ins are always from the same height. I did just recently move it down. It was about like chest height before, but I wanted to have more of a judge's view in my check-in. So that is that. Camera's in position. Lights is on. And then we're gonna cut the light off so that we only have one source of lighting in this room. Boom. And you can kind of see me in the mirror. Hello. And then I'm gonna move this piece of carpet. I recently moved my living room into my, which was, I guess, designed to be the master bedroom. like it. Okay, now that everything's set up, hello again, I am going to turn on some tunes because I personally like to think of my check-ins as my routine as a little bit of a dance instead of me posing. So I'm gonna turn on a little bit of tunes and then we're gonna get started with the check-ins. I'll probably make a video about posing on a different day, but right now let's just get through the check-ins because it's already 7 o'clock. I've been up for an hour. Me and Stella are both hungry, so the quicker we can get this done, the quicker we can eat and drink. So if you didn't know, when you're checking in, you want absolutely nothing in your stomach. So no water, no food, no nothing. You're just here, you're fasting. So I'm gonna turn my music on. Oh, my camera's not recording. Sorry. All right, so. Okay, posing suit is off. Finally, I personally would love if I could get a new posing suit ASAP. I do not like the straps or the tie straps. I would love to have an adjustable one. So that'll be something I invest in later on in the future, but it's not a necessary thing right now. As long as the suit covers the essential bits, it's still a suit, and I don't feel like investing in another one because posing suits and competition suits can get very freaking pricey. Like I was looking at a custom posing suit from Toxic, and I think it was upwards of like $100 and some when, you know, like a regular bikini is like $20. But the posing suit will stay with you for a long time. Like the suit that I was wearing, that one from Toxic, that was with me since 2022. So it's lasted a long time. It's just that I don't like having the ties on the side because I feel like it's falling. And I have to continuously like adjust, and I feel like I'm moving my body in order to keep the suit on versus the suit just laying perfectly on me. So that's one thing that I do have a gripe about those posing suits, and why I don't necessarily wear them to pose outside of check-ins. So what else about check-ins would a new competitor need to know? I would also remind you to check in with a white background or a solid color background, so that they can easily, your coach or whoever you're checking in with can easily see your physique, and there's no like distractions or like lines that can blur different curves on you. So for instance, like posing in front of a doorway, the door frame, and may break one of your lines. Another thing is, like I said, the good lighting, the angle. Make sure you hit your front, your back, and your side pose, your mandatory poses. So like if you're in women's physique, you would have to hit your like front double bicep, your back double bicep, all that. But for wellness, it's the front, the side, and the back. I don't have to do both sides, luckily. And then what else? Remember to do it fasted. Send your weight. Be honest with your coach. So I guess I can go through that. When I send my check-ins, I go through, my coach has a little script that he wants us to go through, and let me pull it up. So for my coach in particular, he wants to have last week's weight, this week's weight, how many workouts I've completed, how much cardio have I completed percentage wise, how much of my diet have I completed, so a scale of like 100% you nailed your diet to 0 you didn't eat on plan at all. Then sleep 100% based on, or a sliding scale of percentages based on 8 hours. Hunger scale 0 to 5, my last stage weight, and then any notes needed. So that's something that I fill out for my coach, and he'll send back any feedback that he needs, and then I'll send my pictures. So I was telling you guys that I personally go ahead and do a video for my check-in. So I'll go in my camera roll, and can you guys see it? Let me get it to focus. Okay, so I'll go into my videos and I'll pause it, select, and then I'll just video fine through for my front pose when I nail it, and that's my front pose. And all I'll do is screenshot. Oop, that's not how you screenshot. I feel like an old lady with that one. So I'll screenshot my front pose, then go ahead and scrub for my side, boom, and then I'll scrub for my back, and that's that. Simple as pie. So I now have my 3 pictures, and my coach likes, or has uses an app. It's trainerized, so we'll put our photos, upload our photos here, so we have comparisons. So my photos go all the way back to October the 25th, and I'll just crop these photos, because when you screenshot on a video, it leaves the black on the top, and I just don't like that. I'm a little bit of a taint of a perfectionist, so I'm gonna edit these photos, upload them to his app, and send them to his phone so that he can view them. And then hopefully we get some feedback within the next 24 hours. Mike's pretty good about getting it in within like a few hours, but he is competing this week, was competing this weekend. He was on stage yesterday, so I don't have really like super high expectations for it to be like a quick turnaround. Plus, something I haven't updated you guys on. The last time we talked, I was in this maintenance hybrid type of diet where I was getting ready to pick a show. Like I was in the expectation of picking a show, in the meantime. Like, but by the time this episode would have came out, I probably would have had a show. But things have changed. So right around the time that I got Stella back, my psychiatrist, my outpatient psychiatrist, and the other psychiatrist I was working with in program did not communicate correctly. So there was a lapse in my medication, and that led to some biological changes that just were not good for my mental. There's also some financial stuff that I'm taking care of that is real world and top priority before bodybuilding, that basically I just messaged Mike around, I want to say March the 20th-ish, around there, and let him know that I needed to be pulled out of my hybrid pre-prep phase and just go into improvement season. There was no reason for me to continue to string both of us along thinking that I was going to get on stage within the next 16 to 18 weeks, when the way things kept falling, it wasn't happening. We kept for me personally, I kept running into things that would push back what I was expecting. So for me, in my mind, it would be just better for me to go into an improvement season where my calories can come up, and that way when it is time for me to actually prep, we have something to chip away from. So right now I'm actually in an improvement season meal plan, and this is my first week on this meal plan. So the last time I checked in with my coach, I was about 3 pounds heavier, funny enough. So I dropped pound, 2 pounds while eating more. So this is, it's feeling good. I'm feeling really happy about it. So I moved from eating about 130 to 140 grams of protein, which is closer to the amount of grams per body weight for my stage weight. My last stage weight was 127 pounds. Versus now I'm up to like 200 and some grams of protein. So I'm eating good. I'm super excited about that. And yeah, so what else is there? Like I said, I'm gonna send my check-ins to my coach and get dressed for the day, get the day moving, all that type of stuff. But I wanted to take you guys along with me through my check-ins, show you guys some tips and tricks on how to get good check-in pictures. If there are any other questions, please let me know. Feel free to ask, and I will see you in the next episode of Road to Pro.